Introducing GForceTV. GForceTV.net is your new source for action overload. Featuring free live programming year-round and countless hours of on-demand video, GForceTV will be your first stop whenever you want to see the latest and hottest racing action. See live Friday Night Excitement weekly from Washougal Speedway, and watch the stars of tomorrow make a name for themselves during Thursday night's live microsprint racing. GForceTV is also the new home for Rivals Race Chat. Watch weekly as Clinton Jeffrey and Adam Ross discuss all the hot topics in the world of motorsports. For iRacing fans, GForceTV has you covered with hours of live broadcasting from Rivals and GForceTV racing leagues. GForceTV promises to deliver motorsports, esports, and action sports you want to see, along with talk shows and vlogs to keep you connected to the lifestyle you love. Visit GForceTV.net today to subscribe for free. Sit back, hold on, and feel the G's on GForceTV.
Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to night number 3 of the Rudine Racing Race of Champions for the Week 13 action for the GeForce Racing Leagues. And tonight, we come to the Daytona International Speedway, and it will be the final event of this season for the racers of the GeForce Racing Leagues. Almost said big blocks, Scotty. No, it is Thursday Night Thunder, but no big blocks tonight. It's going to be a little different out here this evening. Hi, everybody. I'm Sean Neisted, and with me, as always, Scotty DeYoung. Hi, Scotty.
Hey, Sean. How's it going?
It is a great night to be here.
That it is. Like you said, normally it's a big block modifieds on Thursday nights, and tonight we're at Daytona. Sean, I'm lost again. Where's the dirt track at Daytona? I thought we were going dirt track racing here tonight.
Well, I was on my way to Volusia, and I made a wrong turn somewhere, and here we are. And, well, we haven't taken a good look at the cars that we're racing tonight yet, so should we give the folks a good look at them? Because this is something different for GeForce Racing Leagues.
Yeah, let's take a look at that. Is not a cup car. what kind of cars are we racing here at Daytona tonight, Sean?
Oh, these are the Dallara cars. It's an Indy-type car from about 2012 is the model of these, so just about 10 years old. And we're not just at the Daytona International Speedway tonight, Scotty. We're at a legacy Daytona track. So remember they ripped it all up here not that long ago, it doesn't seem like. They repaved the racetrack. It got more smooth.
Right.
Yeah. No, we're not on that track. We're not on the current Daytona track. We're on the old school, kind of old school, but we're on the rough 2008 edition of the Daytona International Speedway. So not only are these drivers going to be clicking along as we look at Bob Light out here on the Speedway, not only are these drivers going to be clicking along at very, very high speeds here tonight. In fact, let's take a look here. We'll pop this up as the night goes on. You can see there on the bottom right of your screen, only 234 miles an hour right now for Bob Light. Wow. But you're going to see, look how rough this racetrack is as he makes it down the back straightaway.
And with drivers, having to do setups on these cars too, do you set it up to where maybe it does make it a little smoother as they can for these cars, or also going to have to see strategy too on how to navigate around the racetrack as Light's going to go to the outside there. You saw a slow car, and yeah, really going to be different for these dirt drivers that have been racing on dirt all season now to come to this Indy style type car on the old legacy Daytona track here tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be a wild, wild one here tonight for these drivers as, 24 hours ago, they really didn't know where we were going to be going for our next event. It could have been anywhere, really, for these drivers. And now they know, here we are, Daytona, and it is a different view. Oh boy, we're on board right now with Connor Ross as he looks right in front of him. Oh boy, that's a little close for comfort there, I think.
A little close for comfort. How do you do a bump and run like you would on a dirt track here with an asphalt car and Indy car at that? I mean, he's racing very well, right behind him, drafting, so to speak, and trying to find a spot around the, the 67 car. Not finding a name up here on the chart here, but doing a very good job.
Fry.
So Kevin Fry. So yeah, so doing a that was a 21. Okay, 21 on the score, 67 on the card. Got it.
Number one in your heart.
Very good job here. Yes. Yep.
Yeah, so there's a look at them trying to get a feel for the draft. Are those two drivers as they make their way around the track? Oh, that's not going to work. Kevin Fry down through the grass. That'll slow him down quite a bit. So, yeah, that was a little impromptu look there. But, yeah, that was a lot of work there for those drivers as they were working each other. And, I don't know if they're teammates. I don't know if they're friendly right now working together in this practice to get those different feelings out there. But that's exactly what these drivers need to do to make sure they feel good. And what Connor Ross did right there, that's one thing you don't want to do is dip below that yellow line, Scotty. You've been on dirt tracks, at a fraction of this speed. You come off banking, and you hit the flat on the bottom of a racetrack, and it's difficult. But imagine doing that at more than 220 miles an hour.
That's what we call the shake, rattle, and roll effect. Yes, we've seen it, especially out at a track that I know you're familiar with, Sean, I-90 Speedway in Hartford, South Dakota. Coming off turn 4, if you're on the high side, you need to watch out because it flattens out. And we've seen a few cars get into the outside wall over there for sure. So, but yeah, if you dip below the apron here, yes, it is not going to be a good thing at all here tonight with these Indy cars.
There's Joshua Hart, the 578, starting to come up to speed. He'll get back going here. Currently 7th quick thus far in practice here this evening as we can take a look at some other cars starting to make their way around the speedway. I see there's Chris Forsyth, good-looking 225 machine. We'll be able to see that car from high atop the racetrack. In fact, you can see that car from the blimp. Good colors on there when you can see the car from that far away. So that's Chris Forsyth, the 225. He is making his way around the speedway. We've got about 18 drivers checked in right now. 15 have made some practice laps, and there's 1 minute left to practice. Oh, I just looked up there on the top of the screen, Scotty. We're almost to qualification time here tonight.
Boy, time sure flies when you're having fun, right?
Absolutely. I think, when you're practicing and you feel good, you're like, oh, when is practice going to get over? Come on. When you're practicing and you're uncomfortable, you could always use more time, right? And I'm betting a lot of the drivers tonight could use more time.
Definitely, because most of these drivers, I assume, are not familiar with this type of race car and track combination. So seat time is everything in racing. So just to have a few more laps to get to that comfortabilization inside the car and on the track is what most of these drivers would like. But we're going to go right into qualifying here in just a few moments, and then I believe we're going to A feature racing, ain't we?
Absolutely, we're going to just we're going to qualify them. And we're going to race them here tonight. And we're going to go 50 laps for our Routine Racing Race of Champions finale here from the Daytona International Speedway. So a lot happening here at the track. Scotty, we're going to step aside here for a second. When we come back, we'll take a look at the final moments of qualifying, and we'll get set for the main event. You're watching night number 3, the championship night of the Routine Racing Race of Champions of GForceTV.
At McConey Setup Shop, we offer custom-built setups for any asphalt oval car. Prices starting at just $5. Weekly setups available for all Legends, late models, modifieds, and NASCAR trucks, Xfinity, and Cup cars. Do you need one-on-one driver coaching? We've got you covered. Visit www.McConeySetupShop.com and find yourself in Victory Lane. McConey Setup Shop, handling all your setup needs so you don't have to.
Welcome back to the Daytona International Speedway for the Rudine Racing Race of Champions. Sometimes just starting to come in here from qualification action here tonight. And right now, Scotty, Joe Backus going up there, top of the charts, a 38.715. John Hine, Joshua Hart up there, and now Chris Forsyth will jump up to the second spot, a 38.774. And now, hey, look at this. Bobby Rafferty, quick time, 38.688. He's only driver of the 38.6s. What a last couple of nights for that driver of the 717, Scotty.
Absolutely. I mean, he has won the last 2 races here this week for the Race of Champions. And yes, winners get whiskey, as they say. But, oh, Joe Backus, is he back up front?
He is.
Wow.
Oh, there it changes again. Bob Light going to go to the top of the charts. The driver of the 77 machine got Home Depot on the side of that machine. And now there he is again, Bobby Rafferty, right back to the top.
Right back to the top, 38.52 for the driver of the 717 car. And if he gets the win here tonight, he is definitely going to deserve some whiskey there, as winners get whiskey. So Bobby Rafferty topping the charts once again here tonight in qualifying. And we'll see how he comes out after this A feature event here tonight, Sean.
Absolutely, as things really looking good for him here to claim this Race of Champions title. There's the 71 machine of John Hine, typically the Cruise Shop 71, but he's got Budweiser on board that. You know, we got tonight 3 of the event here, Scotty, and you know the painters are tired this week. They haven't had a lot. Oh, Brett Raby's taking the whole nose off of that machine out here in qualifying. That's not going to be fast. Good for news for him. They can repair the cars up. Yeah, he's really ripped that thing apart. They get to repair the cars. No impound here. They get to repair them before rolling out onto the speedway. Here's Tom Taylor, currently 14th quick in that number 14 machine. See him woeing down after his qualifying efforts. And it looks like Kyle Parker, Aiden Young, Jeffrey Barker, and Daniel Blau, they're yet to go out onto the speedway. And this is one more thing I wanted to talk about before we went to the green tonight, Scotty. There's going to be some strategy in this. We know they're going to need to pit 2, possibly 3 times. Is this one of those? Is this one of those races where you just kind of hang out for the first maybe 2/3 and then you go the last third? Is that what you think? Maybe Parker, Young, Barker, and Blau are doing by not taking a qualifying lap at this point?
That could very well be too. I mean, Tuesday night we saw Bobby Rafferty run the whole feature at the Concord Speedway in a Legend car without getting tires, and then Field Miller, Kyle Parker, and Aiden Young taking tires later on in the race at the halfway point, and they came home 2, 3, and 4. So strategy gonna have to come in here tonight.
Yeah, we're going to have to watch that. I was checkered flag coming out. Last few moments of, and there it is. It goes into the books. And that means we are set for 50 laps of action here tonight. It's time to look at the starting lineup for tonight's Race of Champions presented by Rudine Racing, night number 3, our final night. And here is the starting lineup. Starting 18th on the grid, it'll be the driver of the number 17. It's Daniel Blau. And inside the 9th row, he drives the 013 and runner-up in the big block season. It's Kyle Parker.
To the outside of row number 8, driving the 513 car, that's Jeffrey Barker. To the inside, the 69 car, that is Aiden Young.
Let's go to row number 7. He'll line up on the outside. It's the number 14 of Tom Taylor. And the Canadian driver inside of him. In the 200, it's Jeff Flero.
The outside of row at number 6, starting in the 12th position. That's going to be the 113 of Brett Raby. And his inside, the 578, starting 11th. That's Joshua Hart.
To the top 10 starters now, starting outside of row number 5. In the 55 machine, it's Steven Spies. And lining up 9th on the grid, a Canadian driver in car number 54, it's Steve Shaw.
Starting in position number 8 is going to be Kevin Fry on the 21 car. To the inside is going to see Zachary Chapman in car 72.
John Hine, he'll start 6th on the grid. How many 2Ws Plumbing Hard Charger awards did he win this year? It was a bunch. John Hine, the 71, is your 6th starter. And moving into your top 5 starters now, he represents Wide Open Motorsports. And car number 225, it's Chris Forsyth.
Starting to the outside of row at number 2 in the 4th place position, that is number 46 of Joe Smokin' Backus. And to the inside, the 77 car, Bob Light.
And your front row will go like this. On the outside, in the number 35 machine, it is Connor Ross. And on the pole, he is 2 for 2 this week with the Rudine Racing Race of Champions events. He's won on the pavement. He's won on the dirt. How will he fare on the super speedway? He drives the 717. That is Bobby Rafferty. That is the starting lineup. 50 laps will be the distance here tonight for our final night for the Rudine Racing Race of Champions live here on GeForce TV.
And it's going to be an interesting night here, Sean, with these Formula One Indy style type cars on the super speedway of Daytona, the legacy track, so not the repaved track. This is the old track. So like we said, strategy going to come in here tonight, as these drivers will have to make a few pit stops here while racing. And can Bobby Rafferty hold on and make it a 3 for 3 here this week for the Race of Champions?
That is the question on this one, as they are getting set to get a green flag, I do believe, off of turn number 4. Bobby Rafferty and Connor Ross going to bring us to that green flag. When we go to the second row, we've got Joe Backus starting on the outside line. There you see his left front tire. And we're also going to see in that second row Bob Light in the 77 machine. As you look back at the field behind him, Jeffrey Barker, looks like he did not make the call for this one, but Daniel Blau, he's back there tagging the tail of the field. So good to keep an eye on these drivers at the back, Scotty. This could be purely 100%, nothing more. Look at how they're lagging back already. I think this is strategy for these drivers. That's Aiden Young, Kyle Parker, Tom Taylor, Daniel Blau. I think these drivers are lagging back. They're going to try to work some strategy as the green flag is in the air. We are underway. The opening lap of Rudine Racing Race of Champions, night number 3, is underway.
Daytona usually puts on a great show out in the real world. Let's see how it does virtually here with these Indy-style type cars. And out with the race lead, currently the 35 car of Ross, leading Bobby Rafferty. Rafferty back to that third place spot. Smoking Joe Backus running in position number 2.
Look at them now, 2 by 2 behind the top 2 drivers, trying to get a run on the outside line. That's John Hine, Kevin Fry following him. It's going to get wild here as we head towards the Tri-Oval.
Wild is indeed. Who's going to lead lap number 1? It looks like John Hine up 5 positions already. Hine into the lead. He will lead lap number 1 here of 50. John Hine, like you mentioned, Sean, 2W Plumbing Hard Charger recipient multiple times this year, and he currently sits out in front in car 71.
But how long can he hold on to that spot up front there? They are drafting right behind him. Kevin Fry in that 21 machine. He's there. Look at this pack. Head on down into turn number 3. John Hine trying to hold the bottom. It's not easy to do that at these speeds, Scotty. These cars want to dance around so much on these drivers. Here they come back towards the stripe. Hine, Fry, and Ross, your top 3.
Very finesse on the steering wheel these drivers are, as Hines still with the race lead, working the inside of the track, almost down way on the apron. As you see a car touches the apron there, look how he slid way up the track. He's going to lose spots. We got cars upside down. Caution flag coming out.
We've got big trouble here on the back straightaway. It starts there with a couple of cars up towards the front, and we have gone under the caution early on here at the Daytona International Speedway. There is Connor Ross in the 35 machine pulling away. Now, they do get 2 quick repairs in the pit area. The key is not to have to tow to the pit area. So there is the first caution flag here of the night. And let's see if we can get a look at a, what we call Malcolm Mills replay all season long. There you see Ross gets loose and pushes up the racetrack. He got into the 578 of Joshua Hart. Hart is already in the pit area. Then you see the rest of the incident. Drivers just come flying in there. I think this is a live look at the 35. Connor Ross still trying to get it to the pit road without towing. And I don't know, Scotty. That car is so torn up, he may lose some laps trying to get to pit road.
Maybe just see if you could take the apron around, but like you saw here in this replay, once again, ever so slightly just got that left rear on the apron, the bottom side of the track, and that car just shot straight up the hill and into some cars, unfortunately. So a few cars banged up here, and we'll be taking some quick fixes. But tough break for the 35 of Jonathan Ross.
Oof. See how fast that happened there. Let's go back on board. This is on board with Chris Forsyth. Here's Connor Ross, his view of the incident. And, yeah, just along for the ride at that point once the car starts to go around.
And then there's nothing you can do to stop him.
No.
Nothing you can do to stop him at these speeds either.
Absolutely not. As here's another view here. Is watch his hands work on that. Just the slightest of contact there. And that's it. Around he goes, and all these drivers at that point just along for the ride. So tough break for a lot of really good cars and a lot of the front runners here early on at the Daytona International Speedway.
Still looks like John Hine is going to be your race leader in car 71. Kevin Fry up to that second spot. Bobby Rafferty had fallen deep into the top 10, now finds himself back up in that third place position. Your top qualifier here tonight, your quick time in qualifications, I should say, currently sits in that third place spot. Bob Light in fourth, and Steven Spees in the 055 sits in your current top 5.
There's a look at the 55 of Spees. Forsyth, who we were on board with, comes through that one, and we'll restart 6th. Flaro is in 7th. Brett Raby runs in 8th. Here's Joe Backus in the 9th spot, and Zachary Chapman going to complete your top 10. So that's what it will look like when we go back to the green here. John Hine, that's 71. Boy, what would it mean for this guy, Scotty? He's so excited when we get a chance to talk to him when he's been on the podium. We have not had the chance to call a win for Hine this season. Boy, would it mean a bunch if he could go to victory lane here tonight with the Race of Champions.
If he could cruise that 71 cruise shop,
I see what you did there.
Home, yes, I think he would be having a celebratory Budweiser at the end too there. So,
by the looks of it, yes. The cars continuing to idle around Daytona here with the caution in the air. Here's a look at pit lane. Looks like everyone has made their way back onto the track that's going to. And so, yeah, looks like everybody back on track here, with the exception of Jeffrey Barker. So, thing to look here, though, Joshua Hart has lost 2 laps, and Tom Taylor a lap down in this one as the 35 of Connor Ross. He's trying to hustle around and catch the field. It does not look like he has all of his repairs done. Still missing the front splitter on that machine, and he's 3-wheeling it, so we'll have to see if he's able to hold on to the lead lap here with that 35 machine that still has a significant amount of damage.
Yeah, it looks like he's finally made it pit side there, Connor Ross in the 35. So we'll see, like you said, Sean, if he can get back out and maybe get back on the lead lap.
Look at that thing, 3-wheel.
Still under. Yeah, that is.
And boop, there it's fixed. Good job, crew. Don't. I was testing these earlier today, Scotty, and I learned an important lesson.
What's that, Sean?
Take it easy coming off pit road. Take it very easy coming off of pit road.
It looks like cars doubling back up for the restart here. Connor Ross is going to have to do some catching up to do. As we see the pace car dive into the infield, green flag coming back out. We're back on our way here at Daytona.
Cars picking up their pace once again. Kevin Fry, Bob Light, Bobby Rafferty. John Hine did not get a great restart. He's lost some spots here on this restart in that 71. Oh, don't get on the... Oh, we're crashing him up over there in turn 1. Forsyth is involved. A couple of other cars up in... look at these cars going through the grass. That's Steve Shaw and Aiden Young. They're still wrecking on the back straightaway. Big trouble here for these drivers, and we are back under the caution here at Daytona, and we'll take a look at what happened here on this one if we can. We're going to watch Chris Forsyth here on the restart. Looks like he's got some damage to the nose of that car, but we'll see if he's ready to go to pit lane to get that fixed. Here's a look at the replay as the drivers are coming back up to speed. I think it happens over here in turn 1, maybe turn 2. Scotty.
He might have had some help there, it looks like.
Yeah, somebody down there on the apron, and they just wiggle it a little bit. Oh, the 55 of Spees was the one that wiggled. Oh, no, it wasn't even Spees. It was the other driver that was right there in that mix. Not sure it was. Not a number on the car, but
looked like it was going to happen. Looked like it was going to happen. Sorry to cut you off, Sean. Looked like it was going to happen regardless with Spees getting down on that apron. So you just get just about an inch of that left rear past that yellow line, and it is not going to be a good outcome.
No, it is not. Let's see if we can figure out exactly who that car was. Yeah, not finding who it was as we work through the order here, looking for just a plain dark blue car to figure out who it was. There's that crash going on. No. So there's the one. That's Steve Shaw's 54 having trouble there. There's the driver I think may have been the start of the incident here. Let's go back to the replay here, the restart. This is looking at the car in the middle of our screen with the 8 on it. That's Brett Raby, and he got hit from behind. Nope, still haven't figured out exactly who that was. Raby checked up for the incident in front of him, and everyone else, somebody from behind, didn't get checked up in time, and that brought the caution out.
Anything happens in racing, as both you and I know very well, Sean. Anything can happen. Tough luck for some drivers, and some drivers not wanting to use their quick fixes, but they have the option to use them or sit in your pit stall for the allotted time that it takes to fix the car.
So here we are on board. That's the 200 of Flaro right in front of him. There we go. And he got into the 225 of Forsyth. So, and then just how fast that incident starts there, Scotty. Look at it. Look at this. Like, how fast do your reaction times have to be? They wiggle, and there's a crash. That's it. That's all it
Reaction's got to be
takes.
quicker than mine, that's for sure.
Absolutely. So we are getting ready for a restart once again here from the Daytona International Speedway, just about a fifth of the way home in night number 3 of the Race of Champions. Kevin Fry is your race leader now in the 21 machine. Bob Light, Bobby Rafferty, John Hine, Joe Backus in the top 5 positions. You can track the field on the left side ticker. We'll keep the top 5 with the intervals on the top side of the screen here throughout the event tonight. As the field gets set to double up behind the iRacing pace car for the restart next time off of turn number 4 when they head for that tri-oval. Scotty, we're ready to go back to normal action this coming week. Monday night, we'll have the Renegades once again here on GForceTV, GeForce Esports. The Renegade Series again, Monday nights, and the next season starts already this coming Monday.
Yes, and it's going to be good to be calling some sprint car action once again, and the new season for the GeForce Racing League starts all over again. A 13-week season, cannot wait. And who will be atop of the leaderboard once again when championship time comes? Looks like we're still waiting to go green here. Not sure if they're going to start single file or if they're going to be starting double file. I'm assuming single file, as there was not a lap completed after that last restart, but Kevin Fry is going to lead them to the green flag. Looks like pace car is dipped to the infield, and we're back to green flag racing, Sean. That will, as the aerodynamics really comes into play with these types of cars, as you see the top four starting to break away from the rest of the field, going 2 by 2. Kevin Fry, Rafferty back to the point now in the 717 car, as well as John Hine and Bob Light. Those top four cars starting to break away. Great race going on here up front, Sean. Kevin Fry back to the point now. Bob Light up to second. Rafferty back to that third place spot. John Hines, 71 Cruise Shop, is back in that fourth place position. Smokin' Joe Backus holding on to position number 5. Now they're starting to single file themselves out around the raceway now. Kevin Fry still on point in the 21 car. Link shot engaged to the outside comes Joe back as the 46 car trying for the race lead now through the corner. Cannot get the runs that he needs. Still side by side for that second place spot though with Light in the 77 car. Back as having one heck of a run here, almost third of the way through the race. Yeah, like you said, flirting with disaster there, Sean. Save it once, try to save it twice, and third time's usually the charm. Not in this case. Tough luck for Kevin Fry as he was leading. Let's take a look at a replay here. John. enough to upset the car too. With the banking, like we mentioned before this race, Sean, that apron flattens out. So if you get any piece of that flat part of the racetrack on the apron on the bottom side there below that yellow line, like you said, just flirting with disaster. And unfortunately, Kevin Fry, a victim of that, and he will have to go to the tail of the field. Oh, and Rafferty trying to go 3 for 3 tonight as well. Getting caught up in there, so he will probably go to a quick fix. And then see what he can do to get that 717 car back to the front. That it is, as we were going to see pit strategies going into effect here. And what a better time to use it than under caution, as we are on lap 17 of 50. So not even halfway into this race right now, and pit stops being used. And we'll see how far they can go on this pit stop before having to pit again before the race is over. Yeah, definitely gonna have to see here, Sean. Receiving a message from our fearless leader saying something about the audio being out. Is everything all right over there on your side, or?
Oh, it was me. Yep, I had my audio off. See,
All right.
this is what happens when Ryan Dugan, our producer, is out. I don't click the right buttons.
All good though. All good.
We'll just take it out of my paycheck for the night, right? See, here's what happened is I was looking at John Hines' car, and let me show you John Hines' car here.
You were seeing red, weren't you?
Well, I'm seeing red, but I was reading that car. And I'm not going to say exactly what I was reading on that car, but I was reading that car, and I thought, hey, that sounds good. And I wasn't, reading Firestone tires. So I got myself one of those John Hines, and I didn't want you to hear me in the background sipping on my ice-cold John Hine. And so I muted myself, and then I forgot to unmute it.
I can only imagine how tasty that John Hine beverage is. I'm surprised. Does it start with a B or does it start with an M tonight, Sean?
Oh, it starts with an M. Always starts with an M, and it's always ends with Bob Light.
Speaking of Bob Light, he is going to be the race leader. John Hine going to be starting in that second place position to the outside. Double file restart this time by we are 18 laps in of 50, just under halfway here. And it has been a wild race already here, Sean. What are we going to expect here to see in almost this last half of the race?
Well, I'm just mad at myself right now, Scotty, because that was probably the best announcing I'd ever done in my life, and nobody heard it but you.
I can vouch for you. I can vouch for you. But we are back. Green flag racing here, lap 19 of 50. Look at the start that Bob Light had in the 77 car. John Hine as well, trying to run him down in the 77 car as we look from the Goodyear blimp, as we would say at Daytona. And great pass for the lead right there. John Hine cruising that Cruise Shop 71 to first place.
That was a power move on that restart for Hine as they reach back up to 230 miles an hour. We're going to keep that mile-an-hour ticker up for a good portion of this event. Bob Light now in the draft behind him, and then we've got this pack back here. Joe Backus, Steve Shaw, Steven Spies, Zachary Chapman, Chris Forsyth is in that. Kevin Fry in that mix as well. So Kevin Fry had that crash. Here he comes back through the field.
And flirting with disaster again ever so slightly on the apron. John Hine still with that race lead, though. This guy's right here is a, I believe that's the, I'm lost here, Sean. My screen all of a sudden quit working.
Uh-oh. Well, that's Joe Backus there in the 46, leading Steve Shaw off the corner. Oh, no, Kevin Fry into the wall. He's going to turn Spies. And now we've got trouble back here. Steven Spies trying to get it collected up, and the yellow flag is going to wave over the speedway. Oh, no, there goes Kevin Fry down on his roof through the grass. Good news for him, though, back on his wheels. He won't have to tow. So, oh, boy, that one happened real quick as we go back under the caution here at Daytona. And we'll see. Let's get another look at the incident here on a Malcolm Mills replay. This is Tom Taylor. This is a completely separate incident. He got into an incident there. He crashed. But that was different than the Kevin Fry incident. That brought out the caution. We'll see if we can get a look at that here momentarily. Here's I'll look back on the previous lap with, if we can find Kevin Fry and see what happened with him. He had such a big run there on that restart. This is leading up to the incident, I do believe. As there you see the mix of cars.
Yeah, it just looks like someone just got slightly below that yellow line.
And it doesn't take much.
No, it does not. Especially with the aerodynamics of this car, you upset the aerodynamics just enough. And it's, like I said earlier, shake, rattle, and roll.
Oh, he changed lines, and Steven Spies was there. And Spies into Forsyth. He goes flying around. Nice save here by Steven Spies in that 55 machine. That's not easy to do. Kevin Fry, he's going Dukes of Hazzard style up here on the top of the racetrack. As Spies continues to do-si-do on the bottom and collects it up.
Square dancing is not the place you want to be out here on Daytona, especially with these Indy style type of cars.
No, not
How
at
about
all.
that power? How about that power move though, Sean, from the Cruise Shop 71 of John Hine, sporting that Budweiser sponsor here tonight, and wow, what a move he had on the outside to take over the lead from Bob Light.
Yeah, that was a big, big move for John Hine here. I think we can take another look at that pass for the lead here just a little bit ago, and that was just the power run to the outside, and nothing Bob Light could do but watch John Hine cruise right on by him. So, yeah, what a move there from the 71 of Hine to get back into the race lead. So we'll see if he can hold on to it there. We're just a couple laps shy of the halfway point in this Race of Champions event.
Something we need to point out too, Sean, right now, you see the ticker at the bottom right hand of your screen, 80 miles per hour under caution. That's the speed that we normally run at, like during a regular night at a dirt track and maybe just a little bit less, but under caution right now. That's the pace speed for these cars is 80 miles an hour, and full speed they're running like we've seen in the 230s. So definitely a completely different class of car and track that we're used to seeing here for the GeForce Racing Leagues.
Yeah, very crazy. Looks like we've got a couple drivers have retired. Connor Ross has called it a night. Joshua Hart has called it a night. Bobby Rafferty is back there in 15th, 5 laps down. Tom Taylor running on the speedway 2 laps down, and Kevin Fry has now lost a lap to the leaders, and he is in the 13th spot. So a couple drivers off the lead lap. We've got 12 cars on the lead lap when we go back to the green here, Scotty.
That we will. Bobby Rafferty mentioning possibly joining us here in a little bit. We'll see if he is able to or not.
I'm glad you're reading the messages. I've already got like 3 screens in front of me. I don't know where I'm going to add a 4th to get all these messages you're getting. I'll just leave that in. I'll leave that in charge of you.
You have 3 screens in front of you. I have 1.
I know. Well, the 4th, I've got my phone, and that's so I can make sure the feed is still going, but I can't listen to that one. So.
Okay, so then technically 2 if you count my phone then too.
Okay. Best announcing of my life, and I had my microphone off. You know, I was at Off-Road Speedway. Our good friend Jimmy Scott, the announcer down there, a couple of years ago, I was down there with the MSTS sprint cars, and this is a little dirt track in Norfolk, Nebraska. Jimmy is a great guy, good friend of both you and I.
Yes.
And he gives this lineup, like I think it's like the hobby stocks are coming out. And Jimmy I love this guy because he is a very, very enthusiastic announcer, right?
Yes, he is.
And so he is giving this lineup with his whole heart. And he gets to the last car, 20-something cars are starting, and he gets to the last car, and he looks, and his microphone switch was off. And he looks at me, and he goes, "How about that, Sean? I read a whole lineup with my microphone off." Well, now I've done it too, Jimmy, so we're equal.
That we are, but back to the green flag here. 23 laps in, I believe. As out in front, Bob Light, the 77 car, another great restart for him. John Hine back to that second place spot, but once again, here comes that power move from the 79. John Hine back to the point.
Wow, that 71 of John Hine has been flying, and now back into the mix here. Joe Backus, the 46, he got shuffled back a little bit. Now he's back looking at a podium spot. Steve Shaw up there into the mix as well, and Steven Spees completing your top 5 cars as they all come through the tri-oval. Oh, there was maybe a little contact. Oh, they saved it. No, they don't. Who's that down there on the racetrack? That's Joe Backus trying to get it back onto the racing surface. He will do so, but watch Zachary Chapman and Brett Raby just fly right around the outside of him.
Joe Backus having a good run and just banged the outside wall down into the infield, but was able to save it. So let's see if he can get a run back up into the top 5 position, though. Look at this, though. Shaw to the outside of Bob Light and John Hine trying to get a run to take over the top spot, Sean.
What a battle it is. Hine has it. Steve Shaw working the top. And right behind them, Bob Light, Steven Spees watching the battle, and we've got a caution out over the speedway.
Caution flag flies over Daytona again, 1 lap shy of halfway.
And here's a look at Chris Forsyth spinning around, and he's going to collect up some of his friends. And that draws the caution. I think Joe Backus was the blue car involved there. Yep, he was. That's Joe. We're going to go on board with Joe Backus here and see if we can get a look at what that looked like from him. So this is onboard real speed. Bang.
Oof.
Done for.
Sky ground, sky ground, sky ground.
Let's go back, watch this last lap. This is on board with Backus. Here's his incident where he was fighting to get the car back up on the racetrack, down into 5th gear. You'll see they'll run in 6th gear most of the time, so that's when he gets passed. Coming back up to speed, now down the back straightaway. I think he had something wrong with his car before that. Yeah, he definitely had something wrong with the car. It was pulling to the left on him, even down the straightaways. So he was just trying to manhandle that thing around the racetrack.
And fourth gear, and Forsyth just barely got to the inside line and then shooting up the track into Backus.
So that raises the question for me, you know, maybe Forsyth caught Backus maybe a little quicker than he anticipated, with Backus struggling with the handle of his car. So we're going to roll this one back here as we watch my handiwork here live on screen. But yeah, he catches Joe Backus. This is getting into turn 3 and goes in on the bottom. Backus just goes up, and he just caught the inside of the racetrack and tries to save it. Can't do it.
Yeah, it looks like Forsyth going down the racetrack, trying to anticipate Backus probably shooting back down the racetrack, which did not happen. So unfortunately, Forsyth getting underneath the apron and going up top. Probably a blessing in disguise, though, for Backus here, as he'll be able to go pit side and get that car repaired. But at what cost here for that 46 car to try to get back to the front, as he looks like he's going to restart 13th.
Yeah, Bob Light been looking so good here tonight. Let's take a look at where Joe Backus is at. There he is on pit road. There he'll get his quick fix. And let's see where he comes on to the speedway. Backus is now a lap down as he comes back onto the track. So he's shown a lot of speed here tonight as the driver there of the 46 machine. Just had some bad luck, and well, we'll have to see if he can maybe get a little good luck, get a pass around on a caution, and get back on the lead lap, and may still be in this one for contention.
Yeah, hopefully. We'll just have to see what happens here, as we're going to have 23 laps to go, I think, after this green flag comes back out. So halfway here and halfway to go here from Daytona.
Bob Light, we talked about some different strategies in this one, whether you wanted to hide out in the back or go for it. Well, Bob Light, he's been running up there pretty much in the top 2-3 spots here this whole race, leading a bunch of it. You can't get crashed by anybody if you're out in front of all of them, so maybe that's been his strategy there in the 77 machine.
Yeah, and he's been having some great runs too. And John Hine was running in second. Steven Spies, though, the 55 car, where did he come from? Looks like he's going to restart second. Chapman and Aiden Young are rounding out your top 5.
Yeah, Aiden Young into the top 5. Remember, he was one of those drivers that did not qualify, so now he's up in the 5th spot. He's gained 10 spots. Here's Kyle Parker back here in his Black Crown Budweiser. Ooh. At number 13 car, he's up to the 8th spot. He's got Kevin Fry next to him. Fry back on the lead lap, so he's made his way after some tough go. And there's Steve Shaw. He's been in an incident. He's in the 10th spot, last car on the lead lap when we come back to the green.
So 10 cars on the lead lap. We have 22 laps to go here. Are we counting caution laps here, Sean?
It looks like they're counting. We'll see.
See once we go back to green here. Side by side, nose to tail. Flagman starts the race. Oh wait, that's right. We're not at a dirt track anymore, so not hearing that over the receiver. But the green flag is out, and we are back underway.
Another good start there. Light, Steven Spies in the 2nd spot. And, keep your eye on the red 71. John Hine has been masterful on these restarts. And, yep, he's going to try to pull that same move. He'll go to the top and starts building that speed. Can he get the run here? Steven Spies getting the run on your leader. Bob Light, maybe a sitting duck down the back straightaway. On these restarts, Scotty, I don't think you want to get out to the lead. It just seems like the cars behind you then just get up to speed using your draft so much quicker. Here comes Spies to the outside. Hine following him. Zachary Chapman in the 4th spot, working the bottom. He'll hold the bottom, and then it is Jeff Flero back into the top 5.
Flairo back into the top 5 as well, though Hine trying to use the outside to his advantage, but getting the door shut in his face is Steven Spees right in front of him. Oh, car down to the bottom side of the apron, trying to save it, and he will. I believe that's the 72 car of Chapman. Hine back to the top side of the racetrack now. There goes Steven Spees as, Bob Light into the grass.
Light down in the grass. He's able to save it. He gets it. Oh. Well, let's not count our chickens before they're hatched. Light trying to save it. And
wow.
He has. Wow. He did all that at above 170 miles an hour. Unbelievable job there. Bob Lights, he's lost touch with the front. He's back to the 9th spot, but wow, what a save.
What a save indeed from that 77 car, but going back to the front, Steven Spees and John Hine battling out for that top spot. Here he comes around the outside, coming to call John Hine, the Cruise Shop 71 car, cruising to that top point again.
Look who's in that mix, the blue car, hold on to it. Joe Backus is in that mix, trying to get back on the lead lap is that driver. So keep that in mind. The 4th car in the line is a lap down, so that's something to watch here as they make their way through. But Backus is showing a lot of speed. Maybe, just maybe, he can get back on the lead lap the old school way.
Yeah, Flairo running in your top 5 in the 5th position as well. Raby, we haven't said his name at all yet tonight, running 4th. Chapman 3rd. Spees in 2nd. John Hine still out on the point in that 71 Budweiser car. We look at the lap times on the bottom right hand of your screen here. We've got trouble. Car around into the wall. Caution comes back out.
That is Zachary Chapman going for a ride over here, and he's going to dip it down towards pit road right away. A lot of smoke showing off of that machine, and he'll have to take that Viagra 72 to the attention of his pit crew. And let's see if we can get a look at what happened over here as to bring us back to this caution. We're going to roll it back a little bit more than that as the 72 having a good run going, did Zachary Chapman. We'll take a look if we can figure out exactly what happened here. Flirting with that bottom.
Just got underneath the apron there and slid up.
Ooh, that's all it takes.
And head on into the wall, nose destroyed. Oof.
All right, let's watch this one from a little different angle. Let's go on board with Joe Backus, and let's take a look at what he could see in his cockpit view here inside the 46 machine. So here it is at real speed. Keep an eye on that 72 you see right in front of you.
Yeah, I just came up the track and I think just ever so slightly touched wheels with Backus there, and no fault of Joe's at all. I mean, there's nowhere he could have gone.
Nope. But there you can see the 72 Zachary Chapman has been down pit road. He is on pit road once again, but he's got his quick repairs to get that car squared up and ready to go once again. But we'll have to see if who is out of quick repairs here tonight and who's not. Everybody on the track has been to pit road at least twice, including your race leader, John Hine. He's been to pit road twice. Brett Raby's up to the 2nd spot. So the Aussie, he's in the 2nd position. He's been to pit road twice. Jeff Flairo restarts 3rd. He's been to pit road 4 times. Steve Shaw's been there 5 times. Steven Spees has been on pit road 4 times. So pit road's been a busy place, Scotty.
It has been a busy place. I mean, with these drivers not being familiar with this, car combination, especially with the super speedway at Daytona, they've really had their hands full tonight, but definitely some great racing action, though, here up front.
Take a look at some pit strategy here. If that plays out, you see Bob Light back there in the 5th spot. He's been most on track Or is it Aiden Young back there right behind him? He's been on pit road. Looks like every chance he could get, he's been down pit road in that number 69 car. So that's just a little look there. Every time it changes colors, that's the driver going to pit road. So 16 laps on the first run for John Hine, then 11. And now he is 8 laps in on this run, as is Raby and Flero. Shaw's 7 laps in on this run. But the driver to keep an eye on here, Bob Light, he's been on the speedway for 18 laps without going to pit road.
With these caution laps counting now, Sean, I mean, is that maybe a strategy not to take the pit lane 2 and see if he can get the rest of the race in with the fuel and tires that he has to possibly get back up to the front where he was running before getting into the grass earlier on in this race?
Boy, I don't know, Scotty. With 10 cars on the lead lap, if I'm back there outside the top 5, I'm going for tires every chance I can get. Just
Right.
These cars are so fast. If you're just off by a fraction of a percent, it seems like they just become a handful to hold on to. So, yeah, I would probably head for tires every chance I could get.
Although we did see Rafferty, though, on Tuesday night not going for tires, and he came home with the win. So we'll have to see what Light's strategy is here. So he's going to restart 5th. John Hine, though, we've seen him take the top side of the racetrack on these restarts to get out to that race lead. And Hine starting on the inside this time on this restart. So definitely going to have to see what his strategy is to make a move and stay in that top spot.
Well, John Hine, remember when he started on the pole, he did not, or restarted first on a restart. He did not get a great restart. He slipped back maybe to the 5th spot. Well, now he's going to be first to take off here once again. So we'll see. This is a little different position. He's going to get on the throttle right away as the driver of that 71 machine. He's got Jeff Flero working to his outside. They're going to head on through the tri-oval, heading for turn number 1. Here comes Flero for the race lead.
They're on the top side of the racetrack, got the momentum built up, going to shuffle Hine back to that 2nd place spot. Flero, your new race leader in car 200. John Hine trying to draft now and pulls up to the rear bumper of that car. He's going to take the outside now and try to slingshot his way back to the point.
200. Oh, they may have touched a little bit. Can he save it? Flero didn't. John Hine has saved it. Flero has crashed behind them. And we've got a caution on the speedway. Oh, my goodness. Wow, that was absolutely crazy.
Is there a Lucky Dog Award recipient? Because I think John Hine should get it after that move. Wow.
Yeah, here's a look at the restart here as they're coming back up the speed. We're going to follow them on this entire green flag lap because they had a great battle for the lead going. That's Hine on the bottom and Flero on the top. Flero is able to take the race lead here, but not by much. Here's John Hine with the run. And he pulls to his outside. And we're going to freeze it right there to change our look here. Here's another angle. We're going to chase him with the drone on into the corner. Oh. Wow.
Wow. And for John Hine to maintain that race lead at that speed going under the apron, whoa. Kudos to that man right there.
Wow.
Do we have an in-car cam of this shot, Sean?
Well,
I'd like to see what he was doing behind the wheel.
How about a right front on Jeff Flero's 200 to see just how close this is down here in the corner. Here we go. Boy, I don't know. That was incredibly close if they did touch at all from that angle. I'm not even sure.
And it could have been, too, just the way the drafting angles were that it pulled John Hine down in front of the nose there. So boy, I don't know. That's very close. Let's take a look from into the car of Flero.
Boy, wow.
Wow. And Flaro just trying to keep a hold of that car. It looks like just overcorrected a little too much.
Incredible, incredible change of offense there for that incident. And that's going to change a lot of things, as looks like Flaro has, let's see if we can get a look where he's at on the speedway. Well, right now we know Steve Shaw is out front with 12 laps to go here. We work under the caution.
Hine is back in that 6th place spot. Hine was leading, though, by the...
Well, we've had I think everybody has pitted once again here, Scotty, so that's going to shake up the order here. Yeah, I'm looking here at timing and scoring. Everyone has pitted once again while we were looking at the replay to see what shaked out there. So that's going to change things around just a little bit.
It looks like Joe Backus might be back on the lead lap. In 9th, Sean.
Yeah, you are right. He is back on the lead lap. Flaro has called it a night, or morning, as it would be, in his homeland. So he has checked out with the 200 machine. Taylor's still out there. He is 4 laps down, and Bobby Rafferty still giving it the, you know what, he's going to run it to the end, I believe. It looks like he is 22 laps down. So there he sits down there on pit lane back in the 15th spot. So still a lot of action to come here, though, Scotty. We're outside of 10 laps to go of this 50-lap event here tonight. And a new driver out front, Steve Shaw.
Steve Shaw, and yeah, he would like nothing more than to take that Marlboro car to victory lane here tonight, although Kyle Parker with that black crown would like to take it to victory lane. Kyle Parker, what a year that guy has had in the 013 car with the big block modifieds. 3 wins. I think one of the only multiple winning driver in the division, the new division, this past season, and finishing a runner-up in the point standings as well.
He was the only driver to get multiple wins in the big blocks. They'll enter their 2nd season of action this coming Thursday night. Big thanks to Radine Racing for bringing us this week-long Race of Champions event, 3 consecutive nights of racing. And if you'd like to learn more about one of the big causes Radine Racing supports, that's the Race Radine Foundation. And you can look that up at raceradine.org, and race is spelled R-A-Y-C-E, and then Rudeen, R-U-D-E-E-N, as you see on the top of your screen. Race Radine Foundation doing some great work, supporting a lot of great causes out there to bring us to a world that is addiction-free. And again, you can learn more about the Race Radine Foundation online at raceradine.org.
The big thank you to Rudine Racing as we are back under green here. 10 laps to go. Kyle Parker and Shaw battling out for that race lead here, Sean.
Kyle Parker didn't take a qualifying lap. This is exactly what we talked about. You get to the last segment of the race, you go for the lead, and that is Kyle Parker's mission right now. That 13 working to the inside of Steve Shaw. Bob Light, that orange and white car, back in the mix. Oh, we've got trouble. 3, 4 cars maybe in this one, including the 13 of Kyle Parker. So Kyle Parker tried all night long to stay out of the mess, and now he has big issues here on this incident.
Just got underneath the apron there, Sean. Not sure if he was bumped by Shaw or not.
Well, he doesn't look like it. Oh, maybe a touch right there, and if it was very, very slight. But that's what we've been saying all night, Scotty, is it doesn't take much.
Doesn't take much for a slight incident there, but yeah. Under the caution once again.
Ooh, let's see what Aiden Young, let's watch him. And you know what, let's go on board with him in that number 69 machine. We'll see if we can get a look at what he could see as the incident formed in front of him. Oh, nice job. He just got out of Dodge.
Yep.
Somebody went down. Oh, that might have been John Hine as he was trying to avoid the incident. Let's take a look at this. He may have some damage on that 71 machine. Let's see how this one played out for him. Oh, he was part of the incident here. and then come down across the apron.
So here comes Parker, and oh yeah.
Yeah.
You can turn that wheel to the right as far as you can, and it's still not going to help you. When that car is on a mission, it is going to go.
Left front tire locked up. You can hear him shifting there, trying to get it to reverse and trying to get to the attention of his pit crew. And we'll see if he has been able to limp it there to get some repairs. There's Aiden Young leaving pit road in the 69 machine. So he's been down, new tires, repaired car, and ready for a restart. Anybody's race right now, Scotty. If you're still out there on the track, you've got a chance in this thing, even as we're into single-digit laps to go, because this thing's been crazy.
That it has been. Steven Spies finding himself out in front. Raby holding on to second now. Daniel Blau, we haven't mentioned his name hardly. He's in the third place spot now, Sean. And then Aiden Young fourth, and Bob Light back up to fifth.
Wow. You know, Daniel Blau, we haven't talked about him because he was one of those drivers that was just hanging out, waiting for the right time to go. And, well, he's decided now's the right time. So, again, this week of Champions, Race of Champions week has been different for me because Daniel Blau, you know, you see the bright yellow there on his helmet and the bright green, and he's got a bright blue on his cars regularly. And then this whole Race of Champions week, just plain black.
That's a nice flat black car, and he still has the green and yellow though on the fire suit and helmet.
Yeah. Just got to look at the helmets to pick him out here tonight. But he's got that big, I don't know, some kind of hopped up monkey that's on the roof of his, or the top of his wing, and he's been one of the fun paint schemes to watch all season long on the GeForce Racing Leagues. And Race of Champions week, plain black. It'll do.
Oh, yeah.
So there you see what's left of the running field.
7 laps to go as of right now.
Got another driver catching up to everybody back there to make it a little bit bigger of a pack. Again, GeForce Racing Leagues, these are a bunch of dirt drivers that we threw onto a super speedway to give them a fun event, a different event, and that's exactly what we have had here tonight, is a very different week of racing for these drivers. And yeah, it's been a challenge for sure for these drivers to really get a hold of this completely different discipline of racing here, Scotty.
That it has been, but I mean, it's not only been interesting for the drivers, but interesting for us announcers too, Sean. We're dirt announcers by heart, and we believe asphalt is for getting to the track, not for racing on per se. But we've been having just a fun time calling these Race of Champions races this week, and cannot wait for the regular season to start up again next week. Monday night will be the Renegade 360 Sprint cars for Monday Night Madness, so be sure to tune in for that to GeForce Esports. Excuse me, I cannot talk tonight. GeForce Esports here on YouTube.
Look at that. They're doing 80 miles an hour. That's the speed limit here in South Dakota on our interstate system. Guess what? They're not going to do that much longer. Right foots go down, and already we're surpassing 150 miles an hour. We're back up to speed. Steven Spies leads this thing. 6 laps to go. He's got Brett Raby right there behind him. Raby looking to the outside and looking for the race lead. Kyle Parker, Bob Light, Daniel Blau, the rest of the top 5.
John Hine currently 6 in that 6th position. What is he going to have to do here in these last 6 laps to make it to the front if he wants to see a victory, as he's worked so hard to get here in this race? You see Spies working the bottom side of the track, Raby up on the top side, battling out for that top spot, coming to 5 laps to go when they hit the tri-oval this time, Sean.
Down through that tri-oval, Spies holds on to the lead, but by the slimmest of margins. Down towards turn number 1 they come. Bob Light's got a run on them. Kyle Parker coming with him. Parker and Light got a not worry so much about each other at this point because they've got a big run. Look at that, 236 miles an hour, 237 for Bob Light. He is coming for the race lead. He has caught Steven Spies as we head down the back straightaway.
On the inside of the racetrack as well, both lines being used as Steven Spies still working the bottom side of the racetrack. Oh, the tail end of the car fishtailing ever so slightly. Light still drafting there as you see the 113 of Raby out to the outside of the racetrack, coming to 4 laps to go, 3 laps to go this time by Sean.
We go on board with Light as he works the bottom behind Spies at 230 plus miles an hour. He'll drift up the racetrack just a little bit, looking to the outside, coming after Steven Spies for the race lead. Down the back straightaway they go and head for turn number 3.
Side by side, great battle up front here. Spies trying to hang on to that race lead. Light drifts up the track now, coming back down. Raby trying to move to the inside now, and here's Kyle Parker in the 4th spot trying to make a move as he wants to play with 3 laps to go.
So 3 to go, and we're side by side, Steven Spies and Bob Light. You know, Scotty, you look at these cars, look how much they dance around on these drivers in the corner. They are all over the place at 230 miles an hour.
That they are, and these cars are a handful to handle, as they would say. Bob Light, though, making it look easy right now as he's going to get the point ever so slightly as we're on board with Raby. Look at him work the wheel through the corner, like you said, Sean, just trying to keep the car straight and trying to get a run at the same time. Great battle in front of him, though, as he's waiting in the shadows as the battle between Spies and Light still frays on.
Right there through the tri-oval, these cars get loose. They're really hard to hold on to at that point. Oh, look how close they were for that front spot. Spies on the bottom, Light on the top. That's Raby's view of everything going on. This is what Kyle Parker sees back there in the 4th position. They're heading on down for turn number 3. Scotty, we're inside of a lap and a half to go, and we're still side by side and wheel to wheel for the front spot.
And this is a great battle between Spies and Light. They've been running this way for a few laps now. Contact possibly made as we're coming to the white flag one more time around Daytona, Sean.
All right, whatever happens now, we're getting a finish on this one. Yellows after the white don't happen on iRacing. Here we go. Steven Spies, Bob Light. Looks like Brett Raby has backed up a little bit. This is going to let him draft here, Scotty. He's going to get a run, and Kyle Parker is doing the same thing. But can they get by the side-by-side battle between Light and Spies? Turn 3 for the final time.
Turn 3 for the final time. Oh, trying to cut through the middle, thought better of it, trying to get a new position now. Spies still with the point there as they come into the tri-oval. Here they come, going to be 3 wide, coming to the stripe here. Who is going to get it as they're crashing? It's Raby. Raby got the win.
Oh my, what a finish here tonight at the Speedway. That was so close at the line. Look at that, your top 4 separated by less than 1/10 of a second, Scotty.
Wow, and Brett Raby just getting the nose across the line first as all 4 of them were crashing. Take a look at a replay here.
This is the final lap as we will have a chance to hear from our top 3 here in just a little bit. But this is a look at the final lap here tonight. And just as we talked about, Raby backed it up and allowed himself to get the run on those top 2 drivers. And then when they come to the finish line, unbelievable.
You thought he wanted to go through the middle there, but couldn't. And then finally just making the move and going down to the way bottom side of the racetrack underneath the apron there. And as they came to the line, oh, beautiful shot here coming to the line, Sean. Getting together and Raby just by a nose, and oof. That was a wild whale of a finish there, Sean.
Wow, what a night it was here from the Daytona International Speedway. I could watch that all night long as those drivers just come across the line all together. What a night it was here from Daytona. Wow.
What a night indeed, and what a way to end the Race at Champions Week, too. This is unbelievable.
What a night. Still waiting for our top three finishers to head to the head on in here so we can get a word with them and talk about this week that they have had with this whole Race of Champions fun. And, I think there's probably, Scotty, some drivers that are certainly ready to head on back to their regular racing, whether they run with the road runners or late models or midgets or modifieds or sprint cars. I think they're probably ready to get back into action with those.
Yes, and then once again, that starts Monday, this coming Monday with the Monday Night Madness with the Renegade 360 Sprint Cars. You are not going to want to miss out. A great season they had there with Stephen Goldner getting the points there. And then Thursday, you will hear Sean and I again with, I think we're going to have some big blocks. We'll have to see here. But
Absolutely.
looks like we have our first driver coming in here, Sean Neisted, standing by with Kyle Parker.
Well, it looks like Kyle Parker is going to pick up a 2Ws Plumbing Hard Charger Award here at the Daytona International Speedway in that 13. Kyle, that thing was wild from our seats. I can't imagine what it was like out there driving in this race.
Oh yeah, man. It was wild. I was just definitely trying to survive. 50 laps in any car here is a long distance. So I literally was just hanging back on the restarts. I pitted every time so I could go back in the back of the pack. So I played the cards right, and I had to lead at one point, and then I don't know why the guy dipped down behind me, but it is what it is, man. These cars are hard to maintain with going 230 plus miles per hour. So it was fun either way. It's all for fun. So I had fun. That's all that matters.
That's exactly what this week is all about, having a little bit of fun. And now are you ready to head back to the dirt next week?
Oh yeah, you guys saw me in the first race. I mean, I was quick, but yeah, oval's not for me, man. I'm definitely the dirt guy. Get me on oval to have fun. If I'm good at it, sure. But I'm definitely more of a dirt guy, and I'm definitely excited to be back there next week.
You crossed the line fourth, but you were about 4 eyelashes behind the top three. What was that last lap like for you?
I was trying to be within striking distance because it's crazy how quick these cars pick up in the draft, like compared to the Cup cars and Xfinity cars. It's like within second, man. You can go from 230 to 240, and I'm like, as long as I stay, like about a tenth back, not even, you know what I mean, like, and then I should be able to get that run up. And I just, I did it too late, and actually I got third because Steven Spies got disqualified for too many incidents.
Oh,
So I actually got the top third place finish, but that was fun. I don't think I've ever had that close to a finish with 4 cars.
that was incredible. All right. Well, Kyle Parker, third place here tonight. Congratulations on that.
Well, thank you.
All right. Kyle Parker is going to finish third here this evening. Let's head on over to Scotty DeYoung. Scotty has caught up to Bob Light.
Bob, such a great race here at the end, running with Steven Spies, trying to maintain that top spot. What was racing with the 55 of Spies like for this last part of the race?
It was a lot of fun. He gave me room at the top. I tried to give him room at the bottom, and I kept edging a little bit past him on the straight, but he had a better 3 and 4 than me on the last lap. But it was a lot of fun.
What is it like racing with these GeForce Racing League guys and racing dirt usually all season long, and then coming to an event like this with the Race of Champions where you don't even know what the track and car combination is going to be like, but then still racing with these guys and having a lot of fun on top of that?
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. This was my first year to run with these guys, and I had a ball. I ran the Skip Barber class. I'm a little lost still on the dirt. I'm going to try to get into that a little bit. The trucks were on the dirt last night, gave me a lot of trouble, but it's great racing with these guys. It's a great league. Some really good guys.
What are you looking forward to then in this next season of GeForce Racing Leagues that just starts next week? And what did you learn this past season with them, especially with these Race of Champions races here?
I learned there's a lot of fast guys in this league, but there are also some really clean racing guys, and that's a lot of fun to do.
So Bob Light being one of your top finishers here tonight, congratulations and good luck next season.
All right, thank you guys.
Waiting here for someone else to pop in the room here. Looks like Brett is here, so we will throw it over to Sean.
All right, thank you, Scotty. Is Brett Raby? Hope we've said it right all week long. Brett, you're not one of the regulars that we get to watch with the GeForce Racing Leagues with Scotty and I running the sprint cars and big blocks. But man, you sure made an impression this week, especially tonight. What a move on that last lap! Tell us about it.
Oh, mate, this is actually my first race ever in an Indy car. So I just, one of my teammates was in my ear just saying, wait, get a run on the last corner and just go for it. So, and it paid off.
How much were you trying to calculate how much you needed to lag back on that last lap to get the run that you needed towards the finish line?
Yeah, I give it a couple goes, a couple laps before. I was just lagging back a bit and then seeing how long it took to catch back up. And I think it was more worried about the person on the outside, and there was a little gap up there the inside. So you just have to go for it, right?
Well, it looked like at one point you tried to come through the middle, and then you thought, well, that's not going to work, and you kind of backed out of it again. I think in turn 3 on the last lap.
Yeah, so I've had a bit of a problem this season. Just I'm a racer. I go for a gap, but thankfully that time I decided not to take it. But yeah, it hasn't worked in my favour a few times this season.
Where do we typically see you race with the GeForce Racing Leagues? What's the normal routine for you?
Mate, I think I ran about the first 4 weeks in the Street Stocks A division, and then I've had to. I'm a school teacher, so I had to go back to work, and so unless I get a day off, it's hard to catch up. But but GeForce, great. We've had a great time and racing. I'm just a privilege to be a part of it, mate.
Sounds like you're in Australia. What part of Australia are you in?
I live on the Sunshine Coast in sunny Queensland, Australia, mate. Best place on earth.
Oh, beautiful down there. Anyone you need to thank for the run here tonight and getting into the Race of Champions?
Big thanks to my sim racing team, SSR, Supreme Sim Racing. We've come together as a group, over the last 12 months, really. Caught up. I'm friends with people all over the world because of this simulator game, mate. And it's just magnificent to be group to be a part of. And a big thanks to my wife for putting up with me on this thing a few hours a week.
It sounds like you got a pet bird in the background. Pretty happy for you, too.
Yeah, it's flying around the house at the moment. It's happy I got a day off today, too. It gets to have a fly around.
All right, Brett Raby, your winner here tonight at the Daytona Speedway. Congratulations.
Very much, and thanks for putting this little bit of a series on. I'm glad I had a few days off this week to do it, and big thanks to the organisers. Thank you.
All right, there he is, Brett Raby. He'll pick up the win here tonight. There's one more driver we need to talk to this evening, Scotty, and he's catching up with our champion for the Race of Champions Week, and that is Bobby Rafferty.
So I guess the whiskey is for winners with Bobby Rafferty, your overall champion here for the Race of Champions Week here for the GeForce Racing Leagues. Bobby winning the first 2 nights over at the Concord Speedway with the Legend cars, and then as they call them, the Jumpy trucks last night at Lernerville. Tough luck here tonight, Bobby, but you come out on top. What does that mean for you to be the overall winner here for the Race of Champions Week?
It's definitely cool. I mean, anytime you win any sort of championship is a really cool deal. But to have all the race winners, all the champions from this past season, get together and run some races and let's all duke it out. It's been a really cool couple of days here.
Was it hard then transitioning just to this type of car then tonight? And how finesse do you have to be behind the steering wheel? And especially on a super speedway like Daytona, what was the strategy going into tonight with a 717 car?
Strategy for me was to try to hang back and let the carnage happen around me. And I got through the first couple ones, but just didn't make it through the last one. Unfortunately, field didn't make tonight. Not the way I wanted to win it. But after I saw that he didn't show up, I was like, all right, let's just ride around, try to get a decent finish. I would have definitely liked to race him for it, but like I said, I wanted to just hang back, and apparently that was not the right call. But it's so tough on these super speedway races. Honestly, why I'm not a huge fan of any type of super speedway stuff, because it has so much to do with just as much to do with luck as it does with driver skill, because you got to be in the right place at the right time all the time to make it through and win one of these races.
but still coming out on top of the leaderboard when everything is all said and done. Who do you have to thank for a great week here for Race of Champions as well as the GeForce Racing League season? And what do we hope to expect from the next season coming up next week?
Well, first off, I gotta, you said earlier, hashtag winners get whiskey, baby. I gotta thank our main sponsor on the team, Fistful of Bourbon. I've also got to thank my team, Jim Beaver Esports, General Tire, Polaris Razor, Vision Wheel, Sans Racing Fabrication, Chris Leone in the Motorsports Drop, 07 Designs, Matt Everhart. Also want to give a quick shout out to Gambler Motorsports, all the guys over there, John Hines, Steven Spees, Aiden Young, Zach Chapman, everybody over there. It's such a cool group of guys. They've kind of, let me come and hang out. I wouldn't say I'm a teammate of theirs, but I'm definitely a very close friend of the team. Also want to thank you guys for broadcasting this, Roger and Preston and all the executive committee that put this league on. As for this upcoming season, I got to see what the schedule is going to look like, because myself and my team are going to be going after some of the real big leagues when it comes to the dirt modified stuff. We're probably going to be tackling Dirty Old Bastards and VLR, stuff like that. But on our off nights from that stuff, I definitely want to come and play with these guys with the fixed setup stuff. So once the schedule comes out, we'll be able to see where we're going to be at. The only one I know for sure right now is Friday nights. I'm going to be running the midgets with John and the pro late models.
So once again, when the final checkered flag for the Race of Champions flies, it is Bobby Rafferty sitting atop of the point standings, and he will be your champion here for the Race of Champions. Congratulations, Bobby, and good luck next season.
Thank you, guys. Y'all have a great night. And again, thank you for the broadcast.
Wow, what a crazy week it has been here, Sean, for the GeForce Racing Leagues with the Race of Champions. 3 different tracks, 3 different classes of cars, and in the end, it's Bobby Rafferty topping everyone, and he is your overall champion here for the Race of Champions week.
Yeah, 3 nights. We started with the Legends cars, 125 horsepower on the small Concord Speedway. Then the Pro 2 trucks, Lerterville, Dirt Oval Racing, and then the big 230-mile-an-hour super speedway here tonight. What a night it was here, and what a week it was all week long for these racers with the GeForce Racing Leagues. And that's going to bring this season to a close, but don't get too far away. We go back to racing action Monday night. The new season starts. Of course, they'll have the C and the B levels, and then, of course, we've got the Renegades live here on GForceTV, GeForce Esports coming up Monday night. Oh, can't wait to start counting the points once again. Everybody got to release some stress this week, Scotty, and we go back to points racing on Monday.
It is finally going to feel great to be back on the dirt for Monday Night Madness with the Renegades Monday night. Sean, definitely looking forward to it. And yes, looking forward to having another great season here with the GeForce Racing League.
So that's going to wrap things up. A big thanks to all of the sponsors we had all season long, our broadcast partners, and Ryan Dugan, our producer here at Advantage Racing TV, who had the night off, so my apologies for clicking all the wrong buttons at all the wrong times all night long. But we've made it. We'll do it again Monday night, and we look forward to it. Big thanks to everyone who tuned in tonight and all season long to all of the various racing events from the GeForce Racing Leagues. That'll do it for Scotty DeYoung. I'm Sean Neisted saying good night from the Daytona International Speedway. And congratulations to Brett Raby, tonight's photo finish winner.